Congressman. Thank you.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
I have a UC, Mr. Chairman.
And that is the gentlelady from Texas.
I asked.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. I didn't hear back about the second round of questions. I assume that's not happening. I just want to be out.
I want to say that you and the other survivors of these heinous crimes deserve better from this Department of Justice.
The way I want to answer the question,
No,
your
you're gonna answer
theatrics
the
are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it.
Chairman
How many have you
Jordan, I'm not
indicted?
going to get in the gutter with these people,
How many
but
of
I'm
you in
going to.
particular, it is shocking that the department did not redact the names of Epstein's victims, but it did redact the names.
I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question. Those words came from Pam Bondi, Attorney General of the United States, refusing to give a yes or no answer to the simplest question Jerry Nadler had asked all day. Not a complicated legal theory, not a classified matter, a number. How many of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? That question required one word, a number. 0, 1, 5, 10. But Bondi would not say it. She deflected, she filibustered, she accused Nadler of theatrics. And when he reclaimed his time and demanded an answer, she exploded. Watch this video until the end, because what happened next was not a debate about legal strategy. It was an attorney general refusing to admit under oath that she has indicted 0 Epstein co-conspirators while sitting 10 feet away from 14 survivors who have been waiting for justice. And Jerry Nadler, former prosecutor, Judiciary Committee veteran, answered his own question on live television. The answer is 0. If you are new here, subscribe right now and turn on notifications because Nadler just exposed that after releasing 3 million documents, Bondi's DOJ has prosecuted exactly 0 people connected to Epstein's trafficking operation. 0. No thick binders. Just one question he had been waiting months to ask. Behind Pam Bondi, 14 Epstein survivors sat in gallery seating. Women who had testified, women who had cooperated with investigators, women who had waited years for someone, anyone, to be held accountable for what happened to them. And now they were sitting behind an attorney general who had released millions of pages of documents but indicted no one. Nadler is not a loud voice. Congressman from New York, former prosecutor, Judiciary Committee member for decades. He has questioned attorneys general from both parties. He knows exactly how to ask a question that has only one honest answer. And today, that question was devastatingly simple. Attorney General Bondi, Nadler began, his voice flat and direct. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? Bondi shifted in her seat, her hands moved to the table. Congressman, I find it very interesting that you are asking about answer my question, Nadler interrupted. How many have you indicted? Bondi's face flushed. Excuse me, I am going to answer the question. You are going to answer my question, Nadler said. His voice did not rise. It stayed flat, controlled. The tone of a prosecutor who has asked a defendant a question they do not want to answer. How many co-conspirators have you indicted? Bondi leaned forward. No, I am going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question. The room shifted. Not dramatically, just the quiet recognition that an attorney general just told a member of Congress she would not answer a direct question the way it was asked. Nadler did not react, did not raise his voice. You are going to answer the question the way I asked it. How many perpetrators are you even investigating? I need to stop here. If you are still watching, hit the like button right now because what you just heard is an attorney general refusing to say a number. She will not say 0, she will not say 1, she will not give a direct answer to the simplest question, and Nadler is about to force her to choose between answering and looking guilty. Comment below. Why won't Bondi just say the number? Bondi's voice rose. Chairman Jordan, I am not going to get in the gutter with these people, but I am going to answer the question. Jim Jordan, the Republican chairman, intervened. The time belongs to the gentleman from New York. Reclaiming my time, Nadler said. Still calm, still controlled. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? It is a simple question. Bondi tried again. First, you showed a video, and I find it Nadler cut her off. I am reclaiming my time. You have not answered my question. Jaime Ration, ranking Democrat, leaned into his microphone. Mr. Chairman, the Attorney General is filibustering. Restore Mr. Nadler's time. Jordan hesitated. We will give you a few more seconds, Mr. Nadler. Bondi was still talking. Oh, okay. Here we go with these theatrics. Rashin's voice rose. Stop the clock. She is filibustering. You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch, not on our time. And I told you about that Attorney General before we started. Bondi exploded. You don't tell me anything, you washed-up loser lawyer. You're not even a lawyer. The room erupted, shouting. Jordan's gavel pounding, Rasin yelling back. Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate. Jordan was standing now. The committee will be in order. But Nadler was not shouting. He was sitting at his desk, waiting, watching Bondi lose control. And when the room finally quieted, he spoke, his voice still flat, still calm, reclaiming my time. The answer to my question, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators has she indicted, is 0. The room went silent, not the polite silence of people waiting for the next sentence. The heavy, damning silence of people who just heard a number that should not be zero. Nadler continued. 0 indictments, 0 prosecutions, 3 million documents released, and 0 people held accountable. That is the answer the Attorney General would not say. Bondi sat motionless, her face red, her attorneys behind her writing frantically. She said nothing. Nadler set his papers down. Attorney General, you have had months to investigate. You have had access to FBI files, witness testimony, financial records. You have released 3 million pages of documents that you claim represent unprecedented transparency. And in all of that time, with all of those resources, you have indicted 0 co-conspirators. He gestured to the gallery behind Bondi. These survivors sitting behind you have been waiting for justice. They cooperated with investigators. They provided testimony. They relived their trauma to help build cases. And your answer is 0. Bondi did not turn around, did not look at the survivors, did not respond. Nadler leaned forward. Let me be clear about what 0 means. It means that despite all the evidence in those 3 million documents, despite the witness testimony, despite the financial records showing payments and transactions, you have decided that no one else will be prosecuted. Epstein is dead, Maxwell is in prison, and everyone else walks free. He paused. Is that justice, Attorney General? Bondi finally spoke, her voice tight. Congressman, any victim who comes forward with credible evidence, we encourage them to call 1800-CALL-FBI. Nadler shook his head. That is not an answer. I asked if 0 indictments is justice. You are telling survivors to call a hotline. They have been calling for months. They have been ignored, and your indictment total is still 0. My time is expired. But the number is not going to change. 0. The hearing continued. Jordan moved to other members. Bondi regained some composure over the next 20 minutes, but the clip was already everywhere. Bondi saying, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to. Rashin yelling, washed up loser lawyer, and Nadler, calm and controlled, saying, 0. Within hours, survivor advocacy groups issued statements. We have provided evidence. We have named names. We have cooperated fully, and the Department of Justice has indicted 0 people. That is not transparency. That is abandonment. Legal experts analyzed the exchange. The question was legitimate. The refusal to answer was telling. An attorney general who cannot or will not say how many people she has indicted is either hiding the number or ashamed of it. Either way, the answer is clearly 0. Republican members of the committee remained mostly silent on the exchange. Thomas Massey, who had criticized Bondi earlier in the hearing, told reporters she did not answer the question. Nancy Mace, another Republican, told CNN, there is no effort, not at all, to prosecute predators in the Epstein cases, and it is devastating. The DOJ released no statement clarifying the number, no press release listing active investigations, no explanation for why. After months of document review and witness access, 0 indictments have been filed. Subscribe right now, because this is not over. Nadler put a number on the record. 0. Bondi refused to say it herself, but did not deny it. And 14 survivors sat behind her, waiting for someone to explain why justice looks like 3 million documents and 0 prosecutions. Share this everywhere. One question. How many co-conspirators have you indicted? One answer Bondi would not give, and one number Nadler said for her. 0. No indictments, no prosecutions, no accountability. Just an attorney general who called it theatrics when asked to explain why.